parts of the country, and enemy aircraft have been reported over towns on CBS World News, the North Midlands and the Northwest, as well as over the London area. There are reports from Germany that our bombers attacked industrial targets there. A bill to authorize President Roosevelt's lease and lend policy is to be introduced today.
What's happening, Shalom family? I'm gonna shoot a quick video of the future with y'all, the future flick right quick. First giving honor to the Most High. First giving honor to the Most High off top. But yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about the village. I spent about 30 days in this village in the future. It was a muddy town. It was like a piece of an island stream. It was real muddy. The people could see me. I don't know if I was in somebody else's body or what, because I was interacting with people. I ain't gonna go into real detail, but it was an amazing world, man. Everything y'all see and know was gone. I went down to the beach area, and like where the water started, it wasn't really a beach. It was like mud and grass. It was like a great catastrophe had just happened, and this part of the grass and ground just happened to be above the water line. It didn't look like it was a beach and none of that, because it was like houses going into the water. That was like roofs ripped off, brick foundations that was overgrown with vines and trees and shit stuff. But let me see. And it looked old, man. It looked like it was old. I walked down to that muddy shoreline one day, me and a friend of mine, and I walked up to the water and I looked out, and it was like broken buildings out in the water, just the tops coming out the water. Yes, I seen this back in 1986. I was 14 years old. You dig? Well, my partner was like, "Oh, come back, dog, come back." I'm like, "What's up?" He said, "Look down, nigga." I looked down, right? Man, it was glass, like plexiglass type stuff, kind of embedded in the mud, going down into the ocean, right? And that was like an ocean, and it was the side of a skyscraper, man, some type of building, laying like this, laying like this, right? About like that. And I walked out onto the mud, thinking, I was on some mud. I looked down. It's this plexiglass of a building laying like on the side, embedded in the mud. So if you fall, the glass was still in it. I don't know, plexiglass, something. But if you fall down through that, tell them what was way down. You know what I'm saying? So I eased back. It was a dangerous world, man. It was hard to live. It wasn't horrible, because I say it's horrible now. But if these demons running around here, man,
That's outside.
and masquerading as human beings.
For everybody.
Yeah, I'll go into that another day. But yeah, it was really misty. It was like a rainy mist in the air, and the wind was blowing. It was good, cool nights and stuff. I had my little partners. We lived down around this little turn, and they had these little buggies they made that you drive in, like you jump in them up, and somehow you drive it around town. Like, real talk, it was dope. And they had a bunch of glasses in these boxes that was out of wood, like makeshift wood boxes. And they would carry a bunch of different glasses that were just from all different, wherever, green, yellow, white, all kinds of glasses. But they was glass. And they was making some type of drinks with that stuff. And they was putting them in the glasses. And I think it was a beer or something. Like, I'm not even playing. Yeah. And they had strings of Christmas looking lights in front of their houses. There was like makeshift stick houses and stuff. They live in them old houses from these days. Those houses were destroyed. Let me see. They gave out colored stickers, like green, I think blue, red, and yellow, I think. And you have a sticker. And it wasn't even a sticker. It was like a colored patch. So, and that would be if you work the first, second, third, or fourth week of the month up in this little area where they like stacked a bunch of stuff up. Like, they used to go out and drag stuff in from this world, from the ancient world. the world y'all living in right now, the present, to me, is the past. I'm here again. And this is the ancient world to me. And they came back here and just got stuff, just like forks, spoons, plates, bowls, random things, pieces of cars, pieces of objects, anything they can get. They had this fenced-in area, and it was like a big yard, right? And there's these big stacks of things like plastics would be over here, metals would be over there, whatever, wires over there. There's these big old metal things that were like fenced in where they threw these things in, and it was your job, depending on what color you had, to go out and do your little job. You know what I'm saying? It was an amazing world, man. It was off the chain. But it was this old man that used to go out into that water, and he used to go to the buildings and get that stuff. Get a lot of that stuff if it wasn't washed up. It was like whole cities underwater down there, man. It was crazy. It was like you can walk. One day I walked all the way out, and because it was rapids out there around the buildings. When the buildings stuck up, it was like weird rapids, man, that suck you down and stuff. I don't know how. I guess because the stuff that was under there or something was creating whirlpools under there or something. But that old man in that boat, he knew the way through there, and he'd go up there. Yeah, they say people died trying to do it. I didn't know what they was talking about because I had just got there. I was just jumping somebody's body, I guess. I mean, I had to. It was this one area I walked around, and it was like the ground went down to just feet apart, like just little pieces of land, like just 2-3 feet across, pieces of grass, and then the wind was blowing, it was whipping, and the ocean was blowing. It was crazy, man. It's gonna be a different future. Y'all tripping, man. Man. Well, that's the end of this. This is such a short little thing. I'm gonna throw one more thing on this. I had another vision one of the other days. I was standing on a map of the United States. Okay. And it was one of the maps that you see in 5th grade or something. Like they'd be on a board in every state, like it's a different color, right? And it started off, I opened my eyes and I seen just blue. Now remember, my first visions, I was walking down the street. Most of mine, I'm like walking around outside, and bam, I'm somewhere else. It was all blue, like white. I ain't see nothing, right? And I'm like, dang, where I'm at? Then I look down, I'm standing on this map I just described to you, right? Well, I'm standing in Texas, right? And I'm facing, South Mexico. And I'm like, wow. And as soon as I noticed that I was on the map, right in front of me, almost knocking me over, was this wall that shot up right in front of me, straight up. And I'm like, dang. Like it was a wall between America and Mexico. Now remember, this is 1986 when I said this, man. On this shit, man, I'm telling y'all, dog, niggas need to know what I saw. I had visions for 5 days, fought a demon with my hands in real life. Yeah, in real life, the nigga popped up in front of me and attacked me in another video. But yeah, and then when I seen that wall pop up, right, I'm like, whoa. And I look back because I heard these popping noises. Like popping noises. And I look, and in every state, these little houses start popping up. Little houses start popping up in every state. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Now remember, I'm a giant. I'm like huge up in the cloud, looking down at the whole map of the United States, right? And then I started seeing smoke coming out the houses, like chimneys or whatever, and hearing like people screaming in them places. And they was like concentration camps. Okay? That's it.
It sure does. We have fucking toilets. The toilets in there. Holy shit, dude. Those are for people. Yeah, those are for people. They're not toilets. How many are there, bro? I don't know.